Today, we're going to be making mac and cheese. Old-fashioned style mac and cheese. Very basic, very simple. We're going to be using the wood stove oven. It's actually going to turn out better than any conventional oven, especially electric. Consistent heat in the cast iron. It's absolutely wonderful to have a mac and cheese that my mother remembers her grandmother making. The exact same taste and flavor and texture of that old-fashioned oven. But first, we got a couple projects on the go. We got to clean up our shed. I got to get the snowmobile placed back inside, and as we were cleaning up the garden, I was just throwing things in the shed on the floor. Now we got to clean up the shed, get that organized. Fishing season starts this week, so I want easy access to my fishing gear. Right now, I can't find nothing in there. So we're going to clean that up, and we're also going to install the satellite. We want better Wi-Fi for our lives, and we're going to install that today. Get that up and running, check the laptop, make sure that we have a very strong connection. If not, the issue will be with the laptop and not with the internet. But now we're going to have a very strong internet connection, and hopefully we can do our lives down in the garage at the wood stove and do some cooking sometime as we're doing our live. So that's what we're looking forward to, and that's what's on the go for today. So our buckets, some of them are not cleaned out yet. So we got to get those cleaned out on a nice warm day. That way we can stack them all in and place them inside the garage. Metal shelf that we got to put together for storage. There we go. Get one of the kennels right there. Just got to make room to get in there. That's from a light. Just make room to get in. It's really not that messy, just out here close to the door mostly. Recover. So yeah, a lot of little things got to be cleaned up. It's really a full day job. So let's get at it and figure it out. Let's get this bike out. They're heavy as lead. We got a lot of fishing stuff put on this side. I don't want to move it. A lot of different rods here. Move this all over there so it's all organized, so I can just grab a rod and go, especially for last minute fishing. And we definitely do a lot of last minute fishing. Not really planned, it just goes. Things a little more organized. All right. That fit up there. Wave. Well, we got that off the floor, which is great. And again, just moving stuff around. It's not really fixing too much. And in my head. What's this? Is this the table? Is this a table? This is a table. Wow. Forgot I had it. Forgot I had it. Now, this would have been nice fishing. This would have been nice fishing. There you go. Snaps down there. That one snaps down. Beautiful. You know, it's lightweight. Perfect for fishing and cooking, right? Yeah. Forgot I had it. Again, this is why I need my shed organized better than what it is. Be able to grab all this stuff, or at least have it in my backpack ready to go. Because a lot of times I order things in the winter, and sometimes I forget that I got it in the summer. So there we go. It's important to have stuff that I don't even... Haha! Dad was looking for this roller. Don't tell him that I had it. We have to put it in the garage, somewhere where he will find it very quickly, but not realize it wasn't there. So let's do that now. Father been asking for these for a long time. Where are they? Where are they? Well, if I got them somewhere. So we'll have to bring these back and put them in a spot where he won't really know where they're to, but he can find them very easily. Just to see, can we get this out? Bring it all down. Here we go. We're going to put this one together. Again, be careful, very careful not to cross thread. I'm just grabbing it to the nut there and get it down as far as I can without having to use the wrench. There we go. Use that little wrench now for the rest of the ways. Give it a little twist for tightening it. There we go. That one's done. So we want It's only going to be this high. So we want one right at the bottom. So these little plastic pieces, it says top, so it goes up. And it goes in these grooves. It snaps into the grooves. There you go. And you push in the next one. Top up, push them together. So they're smaller on top than they are on the bottom. So when you push down your shelf, where it's thicker down here, it just wedges in. So that's one. So you want to get two done at one time. Just make it a little easier. Follow the instructions. Says, if you can see that top, and you just snap them together. So now you take a shelf, together. Take the shelf, figure out which way it's going to go. They're already warped. Push it down over. When you get down there, just wedges it down, itself down. Same with this one. Push it all down, all the way down. Wedge it down. There you go. So let's do the other two. I honestly thought it was going to be bigger. I wanted a small one, but not quite that small. That one's done. That one's done. And just push them down. There you go. First shelf, done. It's not high quality by any means, but it'll do the job, I guess. Because that one is warped. That shelf is way warped. So we'll put on the next one. And when you got three of them on, it will create a better structure, more sturdier structure. Fits in there perfectly, but I wanted a little bit higher. 4-shelf one would have been better. But at least now I can start stacking things in there, right? Now we're going to start our mac and cheese. Now this is a very basic recipe that my mother grew up with. Using a wood stove oven, my grandmother made mac and cheese. Just a very simple and basic way, especially back then. They only had very basic ingredients. I know there's so many different ways of making great mac and cheese, and everyone's gonna say, you know, you should have added this or should have did this, but this is the basic, simple way that brings back so many memories, so many great memories for me, and this is why I enjoy it so much. Even though I make mac and cheese a little different sometimes, just for something different, but this is how Mother makes it, and I always loved her mac and cheese better than anyone's, even better than mine. So we're just going to do a very basic recipe today in the wood stove oven to get that texture, that taste, that's going to bring back so many memories. We're going to add a couple boxes, enough for a few days, maybe even longer. What we don't eat, I'm going to freeze because I love this frozen as well. So we're going to have lots of mac and cheese. Now when it comes to the macaroni, especially doing it in the wood stove oven, we don't want to overcook it at all. We want it to be soft, but not too soft. Still a little bit, you don't want it hard. So like al dente, as they call it, because it's going to finish cooking in the wood stove oven, and it's going to spend longer in the wood stove oven than your electric oven. The heat is a little different. So this is the perfect texture right now. So we're going to drain it. And we got the colander right here. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to use one of these boards. There we go. There we go. It's okay if a bit of water gets back in there, that's fine. We're going to dump this. Hopefully we can get a few good layers. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of cheese in this mac and cheese. Hence the name, mac and cheese. There we go. If we can get 3 layers, would be awesome. Just want to cover the bottom. We just cover the bottom. Whoa, that went everywhere. So yeah, that looks good for the first layer. And we're just going to put it in like you would, cover everything. There we go. Cover everything. There we go, just break it up, put it in there. And then we go with a second layer. And the second layer. One more piece. There we go. Go for another layer. There we go. Third layer. And this is going to create a crust. We're going to have a crust on top of our mac and cheese. I don't know if a lot of people like a crust. I love it. I love a crust in our mac and cheese. Let's move that down a bit. So I got some old cheese. Old cheese will go good. That was medium that I had in there. Give it a nice taste. Blocks of cheese have gotten very small. It's ridiculous. And the price has gotten more. Get some flavors of that old cheese in with the crust. And some parm. Not the best parm, but I'll get that in there. We like using carnation, and the reason for that, we find it's a little heavier, a little thicker, and to us a better taste. And we're going to use a full can, maybe a little bit more, because we got 2 packs of macaroni. There we go. 1.5 cans. We're going to pop this into the oven. We got to make sure that fire is roaring real good. We're going to keep the cover off it because this is going to be slow cooking. And we want the top to get a nice crust. Put it right in the back. Right towards the back. There we go. So while we're waiting for this to cook, that's going to take about an hour and a half or a little more for it to cook. This is different cooking process than your conventional electric oven. So while we're waiting for that beautiful mac and cheese to cook, we're going to go up and install the satellite. So the satellite is here. I made the mistake of putting this bracket on without setting up this cable. This cable is put in wrong, put in way wrong. Let's go down. Has to go down. We'll deal with that after. Gotta get this cable into the slot. Feels like it's in there. Feels like it's in there. So we're gonna lay that there. I'm gonna have to get a ladder. We're gonna feed this through the right way. Won't fit. Won't fit. Won't fit. So right away it's showing a better connection than what we have in the house right now. So let's see what we got. So we're going to try our laptop. We're going to see what the connection speed is like on our laptop. See, is it better than what we were getting with the regular Wi-Fi. Now this has to go in the house unless we can get a very strong signal from here, which we can just set it up here in the garage. So we'll see. Run speed test. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, not even close. 168, 170 for the download speeds. Average 164. I was getting before maybe 26, 30. Now all these concrete blocks, Mom and Dad put it down themselves. No contractor. Dad rented a packer, leveled everything up, packed it down, put down the concrete, the patio stones, and then put the packer on top. Put some cardboard on top and use the packer. So we're gonna put together this bench. They had come on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. So if you wanted one yourself, it'll be an easy click. You can go check it out. So Mom wanted like a old style bench that would look really nice. There you go, something like that. Beautiful. Now I think there's sides that goes on that. Short ones and long ones.
And 3 inches. Go back.
The long ones must go through.
What's the long ones? F's. They all told you the F's. F's there goes in here.
Long ones?
Yeah, F's. Just snug them in, that's all.
Yeah, that's where they go.
That's right.
What's that over there for?
Hello.
This over here.
Look at your directions. Saying that goes up there like that. No. He goes there like that. Turned over. That's on the bottom. Oh, you got
2, 4, and that would be the 6 bolts.
huh?
And that would be the 6 bolts. So we only got 6 bolts, right?
Yeah.
That's the long one there, right?
Just the long one there and take that one and take a short, put a short one in there.
I got 6 screws. No way a screw fits in that, is it?
No. I'm saying,
Yeah?
huh?
Yeah.
See?
Put it in there. It's snug.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Bolt can't go through it. It's
No,
snug.
you sits that way. Let me see your blueprint. Yeah, G, no? G, one piece, one piece. He goes in, you back and back. And then you got 4. You got D and G, 4 screws in the back. Now wherever you want your setting, you got to screw that in there. It might be. See, move it to back up. I figure right there. I say go. No, you got to come off that board. Screw it in down there, like that. Right, son, let's go. Right there. Screw right there.
Because it's not expensive wood.
It's all chipped up now. Big dent in there.
The pinch is all put together. It's more of an ornamental piece for here on the patio stones, patio slate, patio stones. So it's not for heavy use, it's just for look. If we had something now to go right here, really set it off. The mac and cheese is ready. We got the shed all cleaned up, satellite hooked up with amazing uploads and downloads. Incredible speeds, far more than what we had before. It's going to be great for our lives. I can't wait to do some testing the week, some low-key testing. It'll kind of be like just me on live and saving it so that we can go back over and see is there any glitches. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing that this week, and hopefully next weekend we'll have our live again and start scheduling it every bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. So we're going to take our beautiful, pretty basic, simple, but absolutely delicious mac and cheese out. Look at this. Incredible. Incredible. I like that crust. I like that beautiful crust on top. Look at this. This is incredible. One of my favorite meals is Mom's mac and cheese. And this is incredible. In that wood stove, the way the cheese melts into the macaroni, It's a slow melt, and it gets down through the layers a lot better than your conventional oven. That's why Mom said the first time that I made this in the wood stove, she said it tastes just like her mother's. And she'd never said that about mac and cheese. It's just a different taste. It might be very basic, but it's one of my childhood favorite meals, and still is today. I know there's a dozen ways, well, more than that, to make amazing mac and cheese. Some people put breadcrumbs on top. Just all kinds of ways to change it. Some would say make it better. But to me, this is the best. Although I've had a lot of great mac and cheese, even when I make it with 4 different cheeses and I had a few different ingredients, it's still incredible. But this one is always on the top of my list. It's not always about the ingredients and how much we put into it, but the connection. The connection with food, connection with our past, connection with family. That's what a lot of these foods is about. That's what a lot of Newfoundland foods is all about. It's the connection we have with our family, our relatives, with the community we grew up in, the gatherings we had within the community. That's why we love our food, and we love our traditional foods so much. It's the connection. This was incredible. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out our video right over here, and we'll see you in our next video.